Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment of our program is brought to you by A.G. Hines Company. And when it comes to building materials, including cold weather building materials like you need right now, the name to trust is the name that's been a fixture in the Knoxville community for 100 years, A.G. Hines Company. Just a tremendous group, and trust me when I tell you, if you go with these guys, go down there and talk to them, not only will you get the best building materials, and they also have tools, but they're going to give you the best information, best advice. It's not like one of these big box stores. You've got somebody on your side when you deal with A.G. Hines Company. All right. So we know that Philip Fulmer is on the side of Jeremy Pruitt, at least for now. He hired him. He clearly wants to keep him. Let's run through some of these other players, because what we've heard is Boyd, Plowman, Fulmer. One Direction. You put in Harry Styles. It's One Direction. You wouldn't get that.
What a reference.
And I barely do. I saw him on Saturday Night Live. He's the young kid. Anyway, Randy Boyd, do we know where he stands on this?
I really don't think we do.
All right, Donde Plowman. I mean, there are rumors, but there are rumors that she is more out on Pruitt than the others. I have no idea if those rumors are true. They're just rumors floating
I've
around.
heard the rumors. I can't give them any validity, but I've heard the rumors that she is would be interested in a change.
Yeah.
I wonder, does that tie back in? Remember when she came in, everybody goes, "This is somebody that loves football." Remember all that
Yeah,
stuff?
she came from Nebraska and everything.
I just wonder if now maybe is that where the
She's
split comes?
involved?
She really does love football, and she can't stand it. So maybe that's why she's out. Everybody was going, "Oh, we finally got somebody they love football." Well, they love it enough that they're tired of watching this.
What about Peyton Manning? How involved is Peyton Manning now? Because we know he got involved. He was part of the group that chose John Curry as AD last time. He was, from what I was told, the last man to give the final thumbs up on Greg Schiano because he spoke to Bill Belichick, who gave him a raving endorsement. Manning said, "Yeah." So, Manning was involved then. Is any indication that he may be more involved now? Everyone was talking last weekend that, the Plower players are all in town this week. Well, a lot of them live here, and also Manning was having an event at his Saloon 16 or 16 Saloon, whatever it's called. I know Harry Styles. I don't know the name of the new bar. But he was having an event down there, so people took that as they're all coming in to talk about Pruitt. It's a lynch mob at Saloon 16. Any ideas where Peyton Manning stands on any of this? Silence.
I don't really know where he stands. Obviously, he was involved with the athletic director search and they hired John Curry. I don't know that I think Peyton Manning's going to be involved with, you need to fire Jeremy Pruitt. If they do, I think he would be involved with, here's who I think you ought to hire. So I think that's kind of where Peyton would be coming from.
So maybe there's a chance they go back after Schiano and bring him back from Rutgers. Just kidding.
Had a good first year.
Haslams. How involved have the Haslams been? Remember, there was this great uprising, and they were run from town with pitchforks and torches as the revolt took control of the university. How involved, you got Big Jim who's getting up there in age. Jimmy has the Cleveland Browns. How involved have they been, and are they getting more involved again? Any ideas?
I think Jimmy's obviously was involved in the AD search, right?
Yep.
I think he's more involved with the Browns. I don't think he's right in the thick of things right now. And I think Big Jim Haslam has taken a step back over the last few years. That's my read on it.
Well, I think that Jimmy has kind of moved into his father's slot over the last decade. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then we throw in Charlie Anderson's name, always gets kicked around. There are rumors of, there's new money. New money. You always hear Charlie Ergen's name gets kicked into this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's always been a pipe dream. Mike Hamilton seemed to be really, really fighting to get Dish Network and Charlie Ergen's money involved in everything, and I don't think I just don't see that one happening. But the reason I'm running through all these names and saying who's here, who's there, what do we know about them, is because I think you've got 8,000 horses pulling in different directions, it seems. Where are we on this whole, we're all singing Kumbaya around the campfire. We've heard that. Was that all just smoke? Is it all exposed by the fact you had a bad football season and now the divisions are showing?
I think they're divided. I do. Charlie Anderson really pushed for Jeremy Pruitt, and I think maybe Charlie's been disappointed in the results. that he has seen so far. But I think that there is a difference of opinion out there about which direction to go. And I'm not so sure that hadn't existed for a long time. Now, for a long time, there was typically one guy that was making a lot of the decisions. But I think that has branched off a lot to where you've got different factions right now at Tennessee. That's my thought.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of kumbaya being sung because of Tennessee's winning streak at the end of last season that even Jeremy Pruitt has since said, yeah, that was probably overblown. He got a contract extension out of it. But
yeah, he didn't say that in negotiations.
Yeah.
Jimmy Sexton didn't say that, did he?
Right, but so when the results went a different direction, well, then the differing feelings started to show up, right? And I think the conversation we're having right now and all these rumors that can pop up and the different people we can talk about is another example of why people around the country look at Tennessee and say, man, you want to talk about dysfunction or lack of direction or lack of leadership, it's because of this conversation again. And yes, it's amplified by the lack of winning, but Tennessee's had a lack of winning for a long time, so the on-field result has not been what people want to see, and off the field, the complications still continue to be there.
Well, Bob, I sent you a text, I guess a week or two ago, when I saw that a state legislator in town, or in the area, I should say, East Tennessee, had gone on Twitter and pushed basically for Hugh Freeze and asked for Clay Travis's, he included Clay Travis in his tweet. You don't see that elsewhere. I mean, you look around the country, there aren't a lot of schools that have to worry about, the flagship university in the state has a football coach under contract, and state legislators are on Twitter calling for another coach. There aren't many places where that happens. That is unique to our little burg here.
Yeah, I think it is unique to our little burg here. I think, go back to, is everybody going in the same direction? I think Josh hit on it. When they're winning, yes, everybody's going in the same direction. I kind of compare it to what happened down at Auburn a little bit. They were all happy as long as they were winning. Yeah. And as soon as things got, what Auburn's been through up here would be considered probably okay. But when it got bad for what was going on down at Auburn, that's when you saw the splintering. And so that's what I think has happened here. And yeah, if you're a state legislator, stick with what you're doing. This is
that's somebody that's playing for votes. Either you're a huge fan, or exactly. You know that everybody, once everybody's saying, oh, they all want Hugh Freeze.
But play for votes a different way.
Pay for votes, like an assistant coach.
There you go.
Where was I going to go with this? Oh, I know where it was. We asked this question at the start of the season when you had Mike Leach have that great game against LSU to start. I asked, all right, would you rather have Philip Fulmer and Jeremy Pruitt or John Curry and Mike Leach? And everyone agreed Fulmer and Pruitt. If I ask you that today, would you rather have Fulmer and Pruitt or John Curry and Mike Leach, who was going to hire? Do you give me the same answer? Where are you? Who would you rather, if I gave you the choice, Fulmer Pruitt, Curry Leach, which puts you in better shape here at UT?
Boy.
So in the scenario, I'm Tennessee, right?
Yes.
Whoever you want, because because it's going to be a mess no matter what, because of everything we just said. Because this, maybe you'd get great results with Mike Leach, maybe you would, but you'd also get weird.
Oh,
and I don't. If the results aren't good enough, then the fan base wouldn't be ready to handle the weird either.
Right.
That should be their slogan: Mississippi State football, get weird.
Yeah. Get weird.
What do you think, Jimmy? UT better off?
I don't think that Leach was going to win in this league or be a good fit. Now, you could make that argument right now about Jeremy Pruitt, right? He hasn't won, and some question whether he's a good fit. So I don't think either one of them's a good option right now, to be honest with you. But if I had to pick, I'd say right now probably Fulmer and Pruitt. But I do have concerns about Leach. And now, look, I know he's been in other programs, and it's usually year 2 or 3. But I'm not sure if his offense – there was a time when I would think in this league that offense isn't going to work because of these defenses. And now look at the defenses in the league right now. They're not all that good, are they?
Right.
So maybe it would work. But there was evidence earlier with Leach and Mississippi State that their offense was horrible over about a 4 or 5 game stretch.
The thing that made the difference, that swung that argument, and I think would have swung that argument for a lot of fans when you first made it, was Fulmer. Fulmer was the strong part of that, and now you've got people who, well, if you're going to stand with Jeremy Pruitt, you should go too. You're starting to see more of that on social media and stuff. So it is at Tennessee, you're always one mistake away from getting run out on a rail. All right, but not quickly.
Yeah.
You're one mistake away. You may be run out. They'll let you twist in the wind for a couple of weeks first, like Jeremy Pruitt currently
Pending the
is.
investigation.
Yeah, pending the investigation. The rail is ready. We just haven't placed you on it to run you out yet. All right. When we come back, if Pruitt is retained and they give him another chance to try and save his job next year, staff turnover, roster turnover, is it too much to even give him a fair shot? Is there any point in bringing him back? We'll discuss that next. Come on back on the